It's another round. It's round 7, I believe, of Footywired, round 7 of the AFL season. Once again, I'm here joined by the beautiful Melly. Say hello, Melly. Hello. There we go. She's here to join us this week. She's very patient. She's going to stay for the whole show, hopefully, this time. Anyway, let's get started. Let's start off with last week's results first. Some pretty disappointing scores around. A lot of disappointing utility scores, actually. 2 teams scored over 400. Stiff, who does it most weeks, 439, massive score. And Vossi, 401. Jeez, that's amazing. The rest of us, a couple of teams got close to 400, Sugar Daddies, but pretty low. Me and Michael got the most, lowest, 323. But Michael, after scoring 400, after a few weeks in a row, scored 400. He got down to 323, lost to Vossi. On rolling, 311. Lost to Sugar Daddies, 349. Top Gun, who got massive scores of over 400 the last few weeks, so I got 357, but he did beat me, smashed me by 30 points. Jabroni still haven't won. I don't even know if Jabroni's still on the team. Is he throwing this season? I don't know what he's doing. Still got to pay up, Mark. 349. He lost to Rangers, who's 381. And we no longer have any teams that are undefeated, with Maltese Falcons losing 374 to 439. What does that all mean? Well, the actual ladder, Maltese Falcons are still on top. They have lost one game though, 5-1. There's 3 teams on 4-2, which is Renegades, Top Guns, and Sugar Daddies. Top Guns are doing well considering they started the season off 0-2. Gods of Olympus and Seek and Destroy and Rangers Anonymous are on 3-3, and the rest of us, pretty sorry state, on rolling 2-4. Trust the process. Trust it. Just trust it. All right, trust it. 2-4. And Jake's Bronies are also no wins, 0-6. Unfortunately, I'm like, tough times here. I'm like the lowest scoring team. Anyway, let's get started. Let's start off with this week's rounds. Who we got? Seek and Destroy. Big win last week up against I'm Rolling. Both I'm Rolling got a pretty disappointing score of 311. Just Seek and Destroy got 401 last week. This week, projections. I'm Rolling projected to win by 7, 371 to 378. These are the current squads as of 8:30 Thursday night, by the way. 6 versus 8 in the ladder. Let's have a look at the teams. Seek and Destroy. Coming off, well, as I said, a nice win. John Patton's full 40. Done all right last week. Kicked a few goals. He plays Friday night this week. Danaher, disappointing, 0-6 or 1-6 last week. He played half forward. He did get a lot of marks, so that is something that's good for a half forward. Jackie Stevens, utility. Clayton Oliver is a midfielder, contested possession king, all these handballs he gets, and Seb Ross has been on fire. Seb Ross has been fantastic in the follower. Paddy Ryder is a midfielder, Rory Led is a halfback, and Matty Pruitt is a tackler, and Bernie Leeds is interchange. Who's got to choose from? Well, there's Mitch Robinson's available, still Solon's available, he gets a lot of possessions. Carl Hooker, he's available, and Reece Stanley's back in the team because Zach Smith has been omitted. Petrarca kicked 4 goals last week, he's available as well against the Hawks, who defence has been useless. Kobe Stevens is in the team, Hanbury, Stringer and McRae. So the really good news for him is he's got no injuries, which is pretty good for Seek and Destroy. So 10 people's leading out Hanbury, he's leaving out Stringer, he's leaving out Petrarca. So quite a good team he's leaving out there as well. So good on you there, Vossi. Who you playing against? I'm rolling. Good old Coley. He lost last week. He got the lowest score of the round, 311. He's be hoping not for a repeat of that. His forwards play each other this week, and Jack Darlin at full forward. And Robbie Gray at the half forward. Robbie Gray's been great. He's playing more the full role this year. He has kicked a lot of goals. I think he's 3rd or 4th for the goal kicking, whatever it might be. But he's got 4 goals, 4. He got, last week is what he kicked. Joel Selder's utility. Not a very good game last week, but 2 weeks ago was phenomenal. Luke Parker, midfielder, he needs to step up. He hasn't been that great. And Ben Cunnington is also the follower there. Bell Chambers as the ruckman. I don't think Bell Chambers is playing, so he's probably going to have to bring in Leuenberger for that one. So obviously Coley hasn't updated his team just yet. He's got Taylor Adams as halfback and Libra as a tackler. Those two probably stay where they are and didn't change the Haraka. So who's he got? Well, he's got Tom Lynch from Adelaide and Zach Harakas. Greenwood's available. Leuenberger will most likely come in. Walter's available. Cam McCarthy's also available. They're up against Essendon, both those, so they might get a game. Ellis and also Sean Grigg, who apparently is a ruckman now. Still no Tom Hickey for I'm Rolling. So who's going to win? Well, Vossi's been on fire. He's had a few good wins. I think he's won 3 games in a row. So I'm picking Vossi to beat Coley in this one. So anyway, let's go to the next game. It should be a good game as well. It's 2 teams that were the highest scoring teams for 3 or 4 weeks in a row. And then last week both were pretty useless. Well, what's going to happen? I believe Michael's going to go into the danger zone. That's right, Mick's heading into the danger zone, playing Top Guns, who have won 4 games in a row. Mick, well, he's lost his last one, but he won 3 games in a row before that. Both teams are scoring great. Not last week, but both teams have been scoring great. But this week, Gods of Olympus are projected 409 and Top Guns projected for 399. So this could be a great game. Could come down to Tom Hawkins getting the cheap kick in the goal square, and that's how he beat me. Anyway, don't stick your finger up at me, Mick. It's 5th versus 3rd, 3 wins and 3 wins versus 4 wins. So let's have a look at the teams. Gods of Olympus lost last week, got their lowest score maybe for the year. Tom Hawkins at full forward, Taylor Walker and half forward. Do you think Taylor Walker should have a pretty good game this week? So I think North Melbourne down Tassie. Well, who knows? I don't even know what the conditions are. Steph Martin is utility, so it looks like he's going to have 2 ruckmen playing this week. So Steph Martin is the utility spot. Rockcliffe in the midfield with Dustin Martin as the follower. Ben McAvoy, who has been great. He's been the only player Hawthorn's had the last 2 or 3 weeks. He's been pretty good. He's been kicking goals and he's getting hit outs. Melbourne hasn't got a ruck division, so should be alright. Johannesson halfback. Zorko as a tackler. And Shuey as interchange. Whether he moves Shuey or not, who knows, because he loves Shuey. Who's he got to choose from? Well, Brad Crouch is available, and I believe Ben Nolan might be out, so Took Miller might be available as well. Basher Hooley's there as well. Zach Jones and Mark Lacrosse. So only about 4 players he's got available at the moment so to choose from. Probably has got his best team in. Whether he plays Shuey or not, because Shuey's been pretty good, but over at Port Adelaide, don't know. So Brad Crouch might come in. Brad Crouch's been alright since he's come back to the team. That's his team to choose from. Who's he playing against? We said Top Guns defeated me last week. 30 points in the end it was. Eddie Betts, full forward. Should be alright. Down Tassie though, once again. He gives away too many goal assists for young Eddie Betts. Nick Greenwald kicked 4 goals last week as a half forward. He's playing GWS tomorrow. That should be a great game actually, so that should be pretty good to watch. Who is again? We've got Treloar as a utility. Treloar should be alright. Gibbons in the midfield with Jack Zeeble. Zeeble's been pretty good. Not great, but been pretty good. Big Mummy the Ruck tomorrow night, Friday night. What's going to happen there? That should be alright. Heath Shaw as a halfback. Brett Ebert as a tackler. Brett or Brad? Brad, whichever one you are. Brett, I think it is. He's been alright. 44 as a tackler he's been averaging, so he's been pretty good. Mostly contested possessions he's getting. And Montagna is interchange. Other options. Well, maybe Scotty Thompson's still not available for Adelaide. But Fasalo's in. James Kelly's back in the team. Caniglio, I believe, is in the team, so that's an option to choose from now. Rory Love's available, and Jarrett Waite is also back. Naismith's also back for Sydney. So Dash, who's whinging about he's got no players, well, you won 4 in a row. All your players coming back. What are you bitching about, mate? Let's be serious. Anyway, who's going to win that one? 409 versus 399. It's an unknown. It's a real unknown. I reckon it'll be a close one, but I don't know. Dash is just on fire, so let's just stick to Dash now on that one. Mainly due to, I don't know. Let's just go with that. Alright, so let's go to the next game. It's Sugar Daddies, who are 4th. They've been win-loss the last few weeks up against the winless Jake Jabroni, so they've been loss so far. Projections, 380 Sugar Daddies. Jake Jabroni's 350. Hopefully Jabroni do the team this week. That'll be great. But anyway, let's get into it. Tom Lynch is the full forward for Sugar Daddies and Jeremy Cameron at the half forward. The Bont, he's at a utility. He's been pretty good lately. Ollie Wines in the midfield with Matt Crouch as the follower. Goldstein is the ruck, so Goldstein should be alright. Who's he got? Oh, Jacobs. That'll be actually a pretty good contest. Goddard's the halfback. Goddard's been better than what people thought it would have been this year. And Cripps is the tackler. When all those contested possessions Cripps get, but he's a clearance king, so I feel like he's getting wasted there. Oh, Hebble's the interchange on that one. Who's got to choose from? Well, Chris has been alright lately. McGrath's out. Fantasia's kicking goals. Kelly for GWS, he's been not too bad. Boak's back this week. And also Josh Bruce is available as well. He kicked a couple of goals last week. But once again, we're pretty useless Hawthorn, that is. So that's Sugar Daddies. Projected for 370 or whatever they were, 380. They're up against Jake Jabroni's. I just don't get Lockie Hunter at full forward, but Lockie Hunter's at full forward. Hopefully he brings in Jesse Hogan. I'm pretty sure he will. Jesse Hogan. Motlop at the half forward. Josh Kenny's utility. Dylan Shields is the midfielder with Nathan Jones as the follower. Last time I think Hawthorn played Melbourne, Nathan Jones got about 40 possessions. Jacobs is the ruck. Tom McDonald's the halfback. Plenty of 1%ers for Tom McDonald's, averaging 56 as a halfback, which is fantastic. Lucky Dowhouse is the tackler. And once again, I'm sure Jesse Hogan will come in for Lockie Hunter, who was the sub last week because he forgot to do his team. So who's he got to choose from? Kerno is an option there. Lukey Bruce is going to kick 10 this week, I hope. Sam Doherty now. I know Tom McDonald's is averaging 56 as a halfback, but there needs to be a spot for Sam Doherty. He's averaging 60 as a halfback. So what do you do there? Maybe someone needs to try to trade Horton a forward for one of these great halfbacks in Doherty or McDonald. But Doherty's averaging 28 kicks. Might even put him in as a midfielder. Doesn't get any clearances or contested possessions, but might be an option there. Jack Nudes is also available. Caleb Daniel and also Liam Pickett are the other options he's got there. Who's going to win? You know what? I'm going for an upset. Horton to get his first win. Let's go with that. Horton to beat Sugars, and Sugar will be bitching about it. But that's what we're going to go for. So anyway, that's that game. Let's move on to the next one now. It's Trust the Process versus Fennec. Maltese Falcons. Yeah, trust the process. I mean, my boys lately, I reckon this is their attitude.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed.
I should have won classes. Anyway, Trust the Process projected for 350 versus Maltese Falcons projected for 391. Well, I've lost 4 games in a row, and Fennec lost his first game last week. So how's that going to go? It's first versus 9th. Just mirroring my Hawks, aren't I? Anyway, what have we got? We've got full forward Jack Rewalt. We've got half forward will be Lance Franklin. So hopefully Buddy picks himself up from what he's been doing lately. Barlow's going to go on at utility, so I'm going to, a bit of a different thing there, see how that goes. Callum Ward, great tackler that he is going to be in the midfield. Sorry about the flash photography there. No flash photography there in the crowd, please. Thank you. Sam Mitchell's the follower. Sandlands until the only people have had this done anything for me all year. They're doing what they're supposed to do. I put Devin Smith as a tackler. I heard him in an interview last week. I'm going to keep him as a tackler. Isaac Smith. I mean, Devin Smith got 10 tackles last week, I think, so whatever. Hopefully he does it right. Isaac Smith would be my interchange. I haven't got many to choose from. I've got a lot of injuries. More and more players are going out and out. I've only got to choose from is Isaac Smith, Tom Scully, Jared Rufford, Jaeger O'Meara, who have both done nothing, and Nathan Vardy. So I was tempted to give Jaeger another go, but I'll wait to see how he goes this week. Who I'm up against? Maltese Falcons, as I said, have only lost 1 game all year. I feel like they've only lost 1 game all year, but I feel like I only need to score 360 to beat them, but I'm not even scoring that. So what do we got here? Got full forward in Tim Membry, Aaron Hawes a half forward. Now, Brodie Grundy has been pretty good. Don't do anything this week against Carlton. I think Cruiser, that is a bit worrying actually for me. Oh, it's getting worse. Dangerfield is a midfielder, mate. Zach Merritt is a follower. Cruiser in the ruck. Hopefully he plays in the wing and on the ruck. That'll be great. Jake Lord is a halfback. Jack Still's a tackler who was great last week, Jack Still actually. And Lockie Neal is the interchange player there. Other options, well, Jerker Jenkins is back. Atkins is in there to choose from. So Darcy Moore's got Liam Shields, Jack Watts, Sam Gray, Robert Murphy, Matty Boyd's back as well. And I probably would have played Mason Cox, to be honest. So that's that one. It's Trust the Process for 345, not 350, sorry about that. And Maltese Falcons with 391. Trust the process, Fennec. Trust the process. Alright, so let's go to the last game. Last game, Millie, you excited? Yes, you are. Millie just wants to go out chasing rabbits. Anyway, it's Rangers Anonymous versus Renegades. The rings and rangs. That didn't make sense. Rangers Anonymous projected for 367. They got 2 losses in between 2 wins, so that's pretty good for them. And Renegades, massive score last week of 430 something, whatever they got, 439. They've got 2 losses in between 2 wins as well, so these 2 teams are pretty much copying each other. Rangers Anonymous last week over the big win over Jacobs Brownies. They tried with Ben Brown, who kicked 6 goals last week as a full forward. Chad Wingard as a half forward. Gazza's utility. Gary Ablett would have got 140 or something last week as utility. I know, pretty ridiculous really what he done. Tom Mitchell is the midfielder with his contested possessions, and Cochin is the follower. Tom Campbell is the ruck this week, so that's an interesting one. Alex Rand is the halfback, and Nat Fyfe is a tackler. That's interesting in itself there, but I suppose he does get contested possessions. It looks like he's actually done his team. Mate, what's happened here? Kate Simpson's the interchange. Curly Hampton's been pretty good. I might want to do a trade with you for Curly Hampton. Okay. Daniel Wells is back. He's played alright since he's come into the Collingwood team. 2 games he's played. Mundy's been good. Menzel's back in the lineup this week, so he might get a game. 2 metre Peter. Jackie Gunston is going to kick 6 goals this week. Jordan Lewis up against the Hawks. He is a definite option to play, Kenner. But who are you going to take out? And he's got no ruckman in Marrican and Kevin are both out, and Tom Boyd can go on the ruck. Tom Campbell's laid out this week, so Tom Boyd might be the ruckman again. So that's to choose from. So no ruck may be costly this week. Up against the highest scoring juggernaut in Renegades. Steve would love that. Call him a juggernaut. They defeated the previous undefeated Maltese Falcons last week, 439 they got, which was a massive score. Kennedy against Port Adelaide. I don't know how well Kennedy actually plays down in Adelaide. Mick gave him the thumbs up, so he must play pretty good. I suppose not the MCG, he's not in Melbourne. Mark Murphy's a half forward. Interesting move that one is. Rory Sloane, who at the moment is probably the best player in the game. He's killing it. Wish I had him in my team again this year. And Gaff, and Penrith is a midfielder, Gaff is a follower. Witts is the ruckman this week, so he's gone back to Witts. Jasper Pittard, who's been pretty good. I didn't say that name right. He's been pretty good as a halfback. He's coming back. I think he's coming to the team. I don't think he's been playing him. Vine is a tackler, and Hodge as interchange. Hodge and McAvoy have been the only players for Hawthorn the last couple of weeks. What are the options? Well, Watson's out. I don't know if you remember. Stephen May's back, which is good. Steve Johnson's available. Cyril's back. She's excited. And also Charlie Dixon's available too, who actually has been kicking some goals lately. So that's who he's got to choose from. Obviously no Toby Green this week and no Joe Watson, so a couple out there. Who's going to win? Well, look, Renegades just playing too well. I think they're going to win this week. They're going to have another big score. So that's that one there. So that's all the 5 teams, all 5 games, sorry. Hopefully you've enjoyed this week's round. I think it's gone a little bit longer than usual, but you'll get over it. Tomorrow, Friday's game is St Kilda versus GWS. I wish there was a rolling lockout because I've got a few GWS players, but there's not. Anyway, thanks everyone. Good luck to everyone besides Fennec. See yous. Alright, because I'm off to Sydney for the grand final. Go Victory! Yeah!